Oh yeah, I gotta do, hey guys, I have to do a little Instagram to say, oh yeah. Hey everybody, we're live on the second channel. Swipe up and come hang out with us. We got Johnny on guitar.
Oh, I screwed up right when you did that.
Oh man.
Darn it.
Hopefully everything's... We have... What? Did you say the F word?
Are we live right now?
We are live.
We better edit that out. We'll edit that out.
Well, that's what you say for everything. We'll just edit it out. I was like, what did you say? What did you say there, John? Sorry we're a little bit late today. We were having some major technical difficulties like we do all the time, but my computer wasn't working. It just didn't turn on. So we'll let you do some music real quick, and then I'll post this Instagram thing.
Somebody's hiding out in my ice spot. Somebody's cold one giving me chills. Guess I'll just close my eyes. Oh yeah. Alright. Feels good inside. Flip on the telly. Wrestle with Jimmy. Something is bubbling behind my bed. Bottle is ready to roll. It's over. We have 12 million people in here already.
Minus 11,900,000. Alright, here we go.
Jessica wants to know how the wife's doing. She went back to work today, so she's feeling pretty good. A little stuffy still. She's been sick since VegFest. She wasn't feeling well even the day of VegFest.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Hey everybody, what's up? We're here on Wednesday. We're a little bit late at 6:30. It looks like we got a few people in here already. We got Linda, Arthur, Carrie, Tara, Jessica, Effervescent. How's everyone doing? Marmaduke. I was just talking to you too. Oh, and we got some Vigo. It's pronounced all different ways in different parts of the world.
You know what it is though? It's delicious.
It is delicious. We're coming up close to, the Halloween out here in the States. Yes. And that means I only have a few more days to get out some more Halloween-y videos.
Oh, I know. I tried to do that live video. I didn't try. I definitely did it. I 100% did it. I wish Kristen was feeling better because I wanted to dress up and do something fun, but we're going
Carrie's feeling under the weather too.
Oh no.
Like people are feeling under the weather right about now. But I'm thinking, what were you going to do? You're going to go, you said camping?
Yeah, we're going to go up north for Aaron Moon's birthday.
Right.
But I'm going to Mockingbird on Saturday.
That's right, because they're doing the first ever
tour. The 1 p.m. tour is sold out. There's still a 10 a.m. there. I think there's 5 slots left. Maybe I'll have to check, but I'm going to post about that tomorrow.
Wait, I can't go. I didn't get it. I can't go.
You should come. You should come and video some of it.
Yeah, I should video it. Are you going to video some?
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be cooler if the Vegan Zombie got some video and showed. I barely got to see Peter from Tamerlane at all. I saw him right in the beginning, and then
that was it, because it was so
crazy.
We're talking about VegFest Syracuse, our first one. It was overwhelmingly amazing. We need to talk about it a little bit because people were asking if we would talk about it on this live.
Yeah.
And that was 4 days ago. It was Saturday. And personally, I did very well there. I had a table with all of my merchandise, and I did a demo and I was right across from you.
Yep.
That was pretty cool. It was so busy. They expected maybe 13, 14, 1,500 people at most, and we did well over 3,000 people. So we're going to have a bigger venue for next year. It exceeded all expectations.
Yes. It made me feel really, really happy to be from Syracuse. And it was kind of funny. Like, I was thinking, Chris is over there, Joel and Nick are over there, and Jen is over there. All my friends from Syracuse that like have vegan businesses were so swamped. I didn't even get to. I barely saw you.
Yeah, I know. And I was just across the way from you. It was funny. I didn't. Usually I do videos. I didn't really do any videos there, so I got to tell you all from memory what happened. But I got a few stories. So my mom and dad showed up and so did my brother. My brother Pat with Macy and his wife and the newborn Logan. And I invited my mom to come out because they never have seen me do anything vegan zombie related ever, because I'm usually somewhere else in the world when I do these things. But this was the first time in Syracuse, my hometown. So I said, Mom, you going to come out? She goes, no. I'm like, but I'm doing a cooking demo tomorrow. Oh, okay, I will come out. How much is it to get in? I mean, it's free, Mom. Okay, we'll be there. So my mom gets there. You guys have seen the video. You know my mom. And she immediately goes behind my table and starts rearranging my merchandise and start talking to everybody as if she's the one working my table. And I'm like, oh, okay. I had to go on in a little bit to go do my food demo. I was making tofu scramble. So I went over it, which it was good because the demo was right around the corner from my booth, literally just a couple feet away, so I could look at my booth while I was doing my demo. So I went over there real quick to basically prep my food. I had to cut the squash and all that stuff. So I went over there. I start cutting the squash. There's already a bunch of people sitting down waiting for me to go on because it's only going to be 10 more minutes. So I'm cutting the squash, and all of a sudden, Christopher! My mom from across the way, she's got a question, so she yells, Christopher! And I'm like, Mom, I'm working, Well, anyway, I started doing my demo, which was pretty good, by the way. I felt like it was my best demo that I ever did. However, I guess the sound was bad and not everybody could hear me. So I had everybody in front of me in their seats all filled up, and I had a huge crowd on the right and a huge crowd on the left, and it was cool. And my mom and dad were there. My dad was videotaping me, and I have pictures of the whole thing too. But if you guys saw me, my Instagram, you saw me repost a lot of that. And I'm in the middle of my demo, and I get to the part where, the tofu scramble is just about done, and I want to put some spinach in there. And you guys all know when you put the spinach on, it wilts down to nothing. So you want to put a good amount in there, but you also want to put a cover on it. And I'm like, well, I forgot a cover, but that's okay. And as I say that, my mom walks up to me in mid-performance and goes, here, just use this. And she gives me a bowl, and she goes, put the bowl over it. And I'm like, Mom, I'm looking at everybody. I'm like, that's my mom. That's my mom for you.
I wouldn't see it happen any other way than how it did.
It worked out well. It was funny, but
she even wrote me into selling merch for you for like 5 minutes.
Oh, she did?
So, John, I'm looking for a small of this shirt. I'm like, well, he wants this gentleman wants the vegan zombie one, and that's a go vegan one. So
she's just getting whatever size she can find of whatever one, even if it's not what they wanted.
And then I better go over to the Mockingbird.
She was
booth.
a little extra, but
that was funny though. I wish I saw the spinach part.
Well, I also brought. I had a bin with me that I would just I was kind of rushed, and I had some shirts in there that weren't even my shirts. They were just shirts that maybe I had for a Vegan Tea Thursday or something. I didn't make them. They weren't for sale, but I had them in there. I'm like, oh, I can't sell. So they were at the bottom. I came back over, and they're all up for sale.
Like a folded neatly.
I'm like,
with a little...
no, Mom, these aren't for sale. Taking them all down. Did I sell all the red hoodies? I did not sell all the red hoodies. I did sell some. I will say that I sold all of my regular hoodies, the hoodies that have these ones and stuff. I sold every one of them. I'm glad I went back in because I printed a bunch before I went there, earlier on in the day, the previous day. But then when I got home late at night, I realized that I still had a whole bunch of hoodies that weren't printed. I'm like, I might as well print them. So I printed every hoodie and I sold every single one. And I'm going to print more too because I want to hopefully sell some more before Halloween.
Yeah.
But I made some connections with a screen printer out there. So I think I'm going to be selling, I'm going to partner up with them. I might not be printing all of my own shirts anymore because they do it very comparable to what I can do anyway, and I don't have to worry about all that stuff. But I'm also going to make beanies and hats, pins, stickers, and whatever else. And I have some really good ideas. How about a shirt with Indy the Pup on it? Indy, Zombie Crew, Indy, maybe with Zeke on it too. I don't know.
Zeke's got a bit get promoted to that position. I think.
He's got to get promoted. Screen printer, screen printer like silk screening, but it's so these shirts right here. I made that in my garage. The print on it, I get the blank shirts. I order the blank shirts and I print all the designs, my own designs, on the shirts. So when you buy a shirt from me to support my channel, it's made by me. Whereas most other people, they contract out for somebody to make them. But I had the screen printer right when I started the channel. What else? The anything else? I brought you up on stage, but unfortunately, the sound was already bad and.
Yeah, you didn't have a mic, so I just kind of waved to the crowd. I did my presidential wave.
I would have done one thing different if I could go back, but we'll do that next time.
Vegan zombie thongs, dude. Yes. I have beanies and trucker hats coming probably next week for Mockingbird.
Where are you getting your hats from?
The same guy I get my shirts from.
Oh, cool.
Are you mad at me?
No, I want to do hats too. The following day, I went to Tamerlane Farm Sanctuary, and I did do some video there, so I will post that. Unfortunately, I didn't do any video at the VegFest.
So how was I think we can button up the VegFest. Although not only did you have a great day, all of the food vendors
did really well.
Yeah, they sold out twice.
Yeah.
So Sweet Praxis sold out of vegan goodies. Milk and Honey sold out of vegan goodies. That's all vegan bakery. Strong Hearts was they sold out of wings fast. They only had a salad and a milkshake left at the end of the night, and it was very much like the state fair for Strong Hearts.
Yeah, that's what he said. Actually, I interviewed him the next day. So if you want to see Joel's take on VegFest, I did a Facebook Live for the first Facebook Live in probably all year. I never do Facebook Lives, but I did it at Tamerlane.
Oh, nice.
And I started off with Joel. So if you guys want to check that out, it's just from Sunday. Flocktoberfest was really cool. There was a lot of people there. I hung out with Mikey Pod.
I saw that.
I took some footage of, this is one of the places I really, really want to film the movie. So I took some shots of some of this. The house is from the 1700s. It was part of the Underground Railroad.
Just like Mockingbird.
Mockingbird too. So two things.
That's
two
so
places.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I could have gone. I was at Mockingbird that day because we're working on some projects before winter. Got to get electric out to all the things and all the little huts and all that stuff. Farm stuff.
Before winter ends?
Before winter even gets here.
Before. Is that
if winter ends.
If winter
Bright
ends.
eyes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I love Tamerlane.
Wait, you didn't get a notification? Okay, so guys, I don't know what it is. I have, my friend Rachel was telling me that she is subscribed to my channel. She has the bell on, and she still doesn't get notifications from my channel. So right now, YouTube hates me, and I'm not kidding. YouTube hates me. So in order to get my notifications for my videos, you have to hit the subscribe button and the bell. There's 3 different features on the bell. You got to hit all. There's all, personal, and then something else. But you got to hit the top one, or else YouTube's only going to be like, let's give them a notification next month. Somebody just recently asked me in a video, the last video I did, saying, will you please do your horror stories again? I loved them. And I'm like, that was my last video. They didn't even get a notification for that. The least viewed video I've ever done, you know? It's so frustrating.
What if you tell Mrs. Cooney?
She might get a hold of YouTube and say, My son
has a YouTube channel. Punch YouTube right in the face.
Aaliyah gets all of the notifications. Anyway, so yeah, is there anything else we want to wrap up about VegFest or?
Linda reminded me. I was the MC, but
you were. But did you do anything? Because I didn't hear you.
I made one announcement over the loudspeaker that nobody heard.
I didn't hear it. Yeah.
And then I introduced all of the like panels that were happening on the main stage. You know, but the place was so packed that it might as well not even bothered because really nobody could hear. Well, that's not true. Everybody in the audience that I was speaking to could hear pretty well. You know, we did a sound check, but as far as like trying to broadcast to the entire VegFest, there were too many people there, which is amazing.
It was. We had the news there. The news did an interview with me that they didn't use. I talked all about, they didn't use it.
Yeah.
I'm bummed. I have a big announcement for tomorrow, but I'm not going to say anything until tomorrow.
What is this, like peanut butter and jelly?
Yeah, I saw it in the store last night too, but that was from a Vegan Cuts box.
So you just take this and then squeeze it in there and you got peanut butter and jelly right in your mouth.
Right,
without all the carbohydrates of bread.
Well, you could put it on bread if you wanted.
No. In the mouth only.
I watched, I've been watching a lot of horror movies to try to do like what you said. You're going to blow that everywhere. That's what she said. And, what was I saying? I've been watching horror movies so I could do a video on like my top 5 or whatever horror movies on Netflix. But I wasn't watching Netflix. I was watching Hulu last night, and I was watching The Field Guide to Evil or something, where they have all of these directors from all different parts of the world. So most of it is subtitled. Most of it's not. There's only one that's in English.
Oh.
But it's really good because not a lot of them have a lot of even words in it. But they're really... They're talking about all this folklore and stuff, and it's interesting. There's some pretty good ones. But anyways, I recommend it.
Are you going to do a Hulu video? You did a Netflix video.
I don't have enough time to watch all the Hulu ones. Unless I can find ones I've already seen and be like, oh, that's a good one, you know? But
that's the thing. They don't put your classics anywhere.
I think it's a very bad selection of all of the places, even Shudder, which is all horror.
Shudder is just horror, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's some good things to watch and all, but, you know. I only just realized that the t-shirt you're wearing in your profile is the alien broccoli. Oh, it is? I didn't even realize it. Yeah, it might be. The profile of this account. Yeah, I think I have a piece of broccoli that I'm like, ah.
Oh, is that from the, no, that was a carrot.
The doctors are lying to me and wanted to give me pills about, what were they lying to me about?
Your cholesterol videos?
Yeah. My cholesterol is good, by the way. Hey, vegan makeup share!
Hello!
New Castle Rock season came out today. I am not familiar with that. Race Lever tries to minimize being a minimalist. Good for you.
Yep.
So the other thing I was going to tell you about, going back to the video that we did about you at BB Bridge on the train tracks. So my good friend, actually not Chancey, but the other one that went with me hitchhiking.
Yeah.
Paul. He messaged me the other day and said, oh my God, I used to live down there, family used to live down there, and I have a crazy story about BB Bridge as well, but I'd rather tell you in person. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to hear this. The bad thing is I haven't seen him in probably almost 20 years in person. But I can't wait to hear it because of your experience and then our experience that we had there.
Yeah. So you don't know it yet.
I don't know it, no.
Oh,
but
man, I can't wait to
he
find
was
out.
so like, oh my God, I got to tell you, like something happened there to me many years ago.
Cool.
And so it's cool that I have like old friends watching my videos and stuff too.
What if we What if we go and we interview? Let's make a video where we interview all the locals of Baby Bridge Road, except for it's just me and different, like...
Yeah, with your mullet.
I'll tell you what.
Well, one time I saw a squirrel.
Jimbo and I used to throw rocks down at the train on Saturday mornings.
Put the pennies down.
I had a thing for her sister.
August says...
She's my cousin.
Castle Rock is a show on Hulu about Stephen King stories. Last season was amazing, and this one is about misery. Yeah, that's the first thing that came to mind when you said Castle Rock. I have been watching on Shudder the brand new Creep Show.
Oh,
the brand new Creep Show with Greg Nicotero.
Race wants me to tell you that my electric guitar's name is John Jovi.
John Jovi? Yeah, nice. That's a good one.
Yeah. You just take the bar now and it's just the regular Jovi.
Do you ever sing about Graham Cracker Mike?
I've never, only to myself. You know what I was thinking? I really want to do, and I don't know if I should do this live or not, but I had a lot of fun the other night just playing music with, like, hanging out with everybody.
Yep.
Except for music, that's a vegan channel. So it's like, is that gonna... It's not like a music channel. So if I start playing, like, if I did like a loop...
Well, you know what I would do? I would do a poll with everybody and say, would you guys want to watch...
What kind of a poll?
Like a North Pole.
Okay.
And just ask people, would you guys want to see me play guitar? And see how many people say yes.
If more than one person says yes, then I'll do it.
Yeah. Or maybe you can... halfway through, like, how we said we were going to be like, you guys choose a song, John will sing it.
Yeah.
And you'll do like 30 seconds of a song.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah, do
I
that.
could just put some stuff at the end of one of my vids.
That is true. Doctors do recommend meat and dairy, because when I was at my doctor, I heard a patient called and they picked up the phone. They're like, you're going to want to stick with some yogurt and, lean meats. And I'm like, that's terrible advice.
You're going to want to strictly eat ladybugs today.
Oh, my God. And don't get them mixed up with the aphids. Okay, so what else? What else were we going to talk? I am going to tell some scary stories. I will say this too. You guys that wanted the UFO stories, I did an interview with somebody that has one of the most legit stories ever that is confirmed and backed by the U.S. government.
What?
Yeah, my dad. But it's all there. So like, you want a UFO story that's legit, backed by the government? There you go. We got it. I did an interview with my dad. I'm excited to edit it and put it out for you guys.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah. What else? Yeah, I love the lake one with the glob and the lake deacon. Oh, yeah. We're talking about Creep Show. The original Creep Shows. I love that one. That's probably the most memorable for me, and I don't like to go swimming in ponds or lakes or anything but a pool.
Yeah.
Free flow.
Free flow.
You guys like the green border, Gomez? So I was thinking, should we... I want to tell more of those creepy stories, but that was like my least viewed video ever. Like, do we just talk about them on here? What do we do?
First of all, we find out what the heck's going on with your actual YouTube channel, because
I don't think we can find... I don't know, man. I guess we'll find out tomorrow, because I'm posting a video and it's going to be like... it's not really an announcement. I mean, it's an announcement for me. It's nothing important for you guys. To me, it's kind of... Actually, it's not even that important. It's just something that you guys... you guys are going to be like, yeah,
you did something.
I can't believe that. That's crazy, man. But we're going to put that video out, and hopefully we'll see. If it gets no views, then I know something's wrong with my channel. Yeah. That's all I can say. Jaws is another thing that did it. Yeah. When I was little, the reason I don't like to go in lakes is because I was real little, and I was at, I think it was Green Lakes. And I went in there, and I think a piece of seaweed got wrapped around my foot, and I thought it was something like getting me, and I ran out of there, and I would never go in the water again. I hated the water.
That reminds me, your brother Brian had a very similar.
Oh my God! You just reminded me of something else too with him.
We could tell Brian stories all night long.
Oh my God! I wish I had a video.
So
of it.
I grew up on Oneida Lake, which is this very small lake. But one of my favorite things to do when I was a kid growing up was swimming. And Brian came over one day and we were swimming in the summer. And a long piece of seaweed wrapped around his leg. And he got so freaked out. And just the way he goes, "Something's got me!"
Oh my God. I know it. He did the same. I'm going to tell the story that you just said. My story of him too in a second, but I want to get to some of these questions. We'll get back to those. Wait, what was this? But I don't think it's okay. I don't think it's everybody's YouTube channel because there's so many YouTubers that are doing great right now. Crystal, only one video. I'm only releasing one video tomorrow. And what do you mean, Marina? I'm straight edge. Unless you're talking to somebody else. They want to know what your favorite Tim Burton film is.
Oh man, probably The Nightmare Before Christmas is my go-to because
I knew you were gonna say that.
I like Halloween. I like the Halloween to Christmas time frame for me. It's very nostalgic. It's all about just those feels.
Nostalgia.
So I would probably say that's my favorite one.
Okay, my Brian story was I was at Disney with my brothers back in 2010, and we got it. We were lucky because we stayed in this. It wasn't really. It was kind of like a mobile home of. It was a second home of somebody that he worked with in the military, and they had a place there, so we didn't have to go get a hotel or motel or whatever thing. So we got to stay there, and Brian was hanging outside. This is back when Brian smoked cigarettes. So he's hanging outside smoking a cigarette because none of us wanted cigarette smoke in the house. And then he kind of comes back in the door, and I'm looking right at him, and I didn't realize it. And he looks down, and I guess this little frog, jumped on him, and he goes... and he fell, and his look on his face, and the sound that he made... as he fell backwards on the ground, and we're all looking at him, and
I can see it. I can see it happening.
A little tiny frog that jumped at him, and he freaked out and fell backwards, and we all thought he got shot or something. He was like, "No, a frog jumped at me." It was funny.
Brian, when he's in the right mood, one of my favorite things, for some reason. We are all over at your parents' house, even though we're in our late 20s and 30s and stuff. And Kelly, for some reason, came home. I think she was still living there at the time. I think she's the only one living there, though. She was the only Cooney kid. And Kelly got home, and Brian jumps at the top of the stairs and goes, "Kelly's home! Kelly's home! Kelly's home!" And then you jump in, and there's Chris and Brian yelling, "Kelly's home!" And Kelly's down at the bottom of the stairs going, why is this happening right now?
I remember that.
You guys were so weird. I loved it.
I remember that to the point where, just recently, within the last year, she came in the door and we all go, "Kelly's home, Kelly." She's like, "Shut up." She might even be on here. Who knows? Race knows absolutely nothing about Brian. If you don't know about Brian, go over to my brother's channel. He's got... It's more about his
You'll
daughter.
learn all about his daughter.
Katie. Katie needs a napkin.
She uses way too many napkins.
Yeah.
Napkins.
Make that napkins. Okay, got it. Gotcha.
What mouthwash do you guys use?
Well, non-alcoholic if I do use mouthwash, but I don't have any. I have... what did I have? Schmidt's had one. I'm trying to find... I don't usually use mouthwash.
I'll have to ask my wife. I use it.
I have a couple in there, but I barely ever use them.
It's the same type of toothpaste that I use.
I have Tom's toothpaste, but I also have Magic Mud. Magic Mud's good, too.
Magic Mike?
No, Magic Mud. Be right back. Got to get Johnny. Love you lots, dudes. All right, be careful. Get Johnny.
Laura didn't meet Brian, right? Laura met Pat.
Your brother Brian is so chill.
I would feel like
that's Pat.
She's talking about Pat.
You didn't meet Brian.
Pat's the chill one, Brian.
Yeah. Laura came out and hung out all the way from North Carolina.
Oh, that was so cool. And now she's staring at us through the YouTube space.
Hi, Laura. Yeah, and she posted herself wearing my shirt.
I saw it.
Well, now it's her shirt, but
I
printed it. Yes.
One time when I was a kid, I said a cuss word when my parents weren't. They were like outside, and I put a bar of soap in my own mouth.
You're like, ah.
I said a cuss. This is like the size of my phone.
What would Magic Mike toothpaste taste like? Marina wants to know. Marina.
Marina.
She told me how to say it in Russian.
Marina Kalinyova. Marina Kalinyova.
Kalinyova. Wait, that's not your name, is it? That's a different name.
Maybe it's kale.
Oh, my mom just texted me.
The word kale is in Marina's name. Marina
Kale. Let's just call her Kale from now on.
Favorite ways to use soy curls in TVP.
You take the soy curls and you crush them up. And you sprinkle it over for like almost like a Nucci cheesy taste on there.
Isn't soy curls like
soy curls are really good. They're like they're almost like a full curly version of TVP, but and they'll take on any
actually
flavor.
Break it down like that and sprinkle it on top?
No, we're talking about I was talking about like cheese puffs.
Oh, I was like, is there a product I haven't used TVP or soy curls since like 2004.
Yeah, that was like one of the first things we ever learned to make. And
but I would say if I'm just thinking, it would definitely be like Mexican taco or something.
Something like that, or even like an Asian stir fry or something.
Oh yeah.
A nice stir fry.
She said we got it right.
Ooh, we got it right. Kalinyova.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Where are these office chairs from? Well, I just bought one on Amazon. I had this one for the longest time. And then John needed one because the chair that he was sitting in totally fell apart. Like you used it one day, it was falling apart, and then you left it in the corner. And like I was sitting in there and all of a sudden it just fell down to the ground. I'm like, we need to get John a chair. But yeah, I just ordered it on Amazon. Snowstorm in Colorado Springs. I heard that because I had a phone conversation today with someone from
Colorado,
from Vago,
the entire state,
and they said it's supposed to snow. And it's still pretty nice here as far as fall goes.
Today was a beautiful. Actually, I wanted to tell you, are you awake when the sun rises still, or do you ever wake up to see the sunrise?
No, not usually. But
these one of the things
I was last week, and it was like I took pictures. I looked like a zombie apocalypse because there was fog everywhere, and it was coming through.
That's the day I drove to the farm. Was that when you were driving to Tamerlane?
No.
No. Oh,
no,
okay.
That's when I was driving to go to the Bridge Street thing, maybe.
Maybe. Well, anyway, I wanted to tell you, one of the things that I've loved about living in upstate New York my whole life is the early mornings here. The sun, the way the sun hits the clouds, it's like a different, it feels like fall and Halloween. It's like a different glow than it is the rest. Because, the sun changes position. Well, the sun doesn't change position. The sun is right there. We're going around the sun. The earth is flat.
Right. I will say that after VegFest and Flocktoberfest, I got no sleep. So
podcast.
The last couple nights, I've been going to sleep by midnight.
Oh.
Yeah. Jorge's at the gym.
Get it, Jorge. Holly, let me tell you a story about Tennessee. First of all, I've been to Chattanooga, and it's very beautiful, and Nashville's obviously cool, but I was on tour in 2006 with my band, and we had a flat tire. The old Speria van had a flat, and this Tennessee dude, you know who you remind me of? You got to help me with his name. He's the guy that chases Harrison Ford in The Fugitive. He's in Men in Black. and he's now...
Oh, Tommy Lee Jones?
Yeah. Yeah. This dude looked just like Tommy Lee Jones and talked like him too. And he pulled over and he helped me change the tire. And he's like, oh, let me get you my crank. It's a lot easier there, son. And he's like, cranks it up. And he's like, all right, you have a blessed day. And I said, thanks, guy.
Tommy?
That's my story. You're better at the stories.
Wait a minute. Is this the van that ran on...
Vegetable oil.
Yes. You said that was a messy... You said you spilled it all over yourself one time, right?
We've done some things we're not proud of. We converted our van to run on vegetable oil right around the same time.
Not gasoline, vegetable oil.
Yeah, diesel. It was a diesel that we converted, actually.
Okay. Just so people know that, because all cars take oil, but this is vegetable oil.
Vegetable oil.
Instead of gas.
Used vegetable oil. So
right.
we were going to travel across the country, play shows, and not use fuel.
The Bender Boys, what's up?
So we ended up getting turned away by so many restaurants that this is not something I'm proud of, so I am sorry for admitting it right now, and I'll probably regret it, but we would end up just going behind like restaurants and just pumping the grease without even asking, because they started selling it. So we stole people's used grease. And
you would go and use all the old grease.
Yeah, and there was a couple of times where they come and be like, hey, what are you guys doing? We're like, we thought you guys said we could take it. No? All right, we'll just pack up and get out of here. We just drive away. But it was terrible because I smelled... Well, there was one time when the filter for the vegetable oil, it kept getting clogged. It was a rather new system that we had put in. So I was under there. It was already a rough couple of days on tour. And the oil thing fell off and just poured hot oil all over me. And I just remember the band wiping me down with like paper towels and like whatever we had, napkins from
Taco
so
Bell. Bad. Oh,
and I was like,
God.
this... But how good is that story now?
That's a great story.
I had a good story.
You're like, I'm going to have a good story from this. I did see the movie Zombieland, Joseph, and actually that's one of your favorite movies.
The old Suspiria band.
That's what I was going to get to. It wasn't Suspiria, but although Suspiria by Argento is a horror movie. Spiria.
That was just a stutter.
Spiria.
Yeah,
that was John's band, Spiria.
Don't look it up on YouTube. I won't ever show those ones.
You've never met Happy Healthy Vegan, have you?
No, but I've seen them in pictures.
That's good enough. I'd like to get back out there anyway and hopefully see them and maybe do another video with them.
Where do they...
They're in Huntington Beach. Way out
West
on the
Coasters. Did you see the movie Zombieland? Of course. Chris, tell them.
Did you guys all see that like somebody from my favorite movie ever was just arrested for DUI?
Who?
Henry Thomas? Elliot from E.T.?
Oh, dude.
They didn't let him phone home.
Ouch.
Yeah. There's a picture of him and everything.
Chris, does your hat say nipple?
You know what? That's what I think it says. I mean, I think they need a new brand, right? It's Ripple. And it looks like nipple. I've always said that about it.
But I feel like they know that.
Yeah. By the way, just so you guys know, I'm not wearing this to like shout them out. I just like the way this hat fits. And soon I'll have my own vegan zombie hats. I actually don't like this milk. But I do like their yogurt. Just so you guys know. Look at this. Henry Thomas.
Oh.
DUI. Elliot. Oh, wait, I forgot. I got manual focus on today because it wasn't really... Now our faces are going to stay in focus the whole time. Anyway. Is there chocolate vegan yogurt? Yeah, we tried chocolate vegan yogurt a while ago. It was from So Delicious, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know if they still have it.
I feel like chocolate yogurt's a bad idea. For me, at least. I did not like it.
I like the vanilla. I like
vanilla. I like vanilla. I just did not like... If I wanted something chocolate, I don't want that weird hint of health. It's too healthy tasting. Oh, Alia was going to tell you about the ET guy, but didn't want to crush you. He found out.
Wait, who was?
Aaliyah, sorry. I never learned how to read.
I was going to tell you about E.T. guy, but yeah. Yeah, it was pretty crushing. I'm sure Marmaduke felt the same way. Yeah. Oh, well. People grow up. I mean, he was drunk in the movie, so, when E.T. got drunk and
yep, that's
Elliot
true.
was drunk too.
Yep.
Because they had that bond. August says the dark chocolate coconut silk yogurt is the best. Yeah, you should have rode a bike instead of the, Where was he? Was he in, for some reason I feel like it said Portland?
Do you think...
I don't know.
Do you think...
Do I think? Therefore I am.
This is a little insensitive.
Oh.
But do you think that he's like, listen, I was an ET, and he tried to get out of the tick? I know that I would have, but he shouldn't have been drinking and driving, so hopefully he gets the help he needs.
You're wondering if he pulled the Reese Witherspoon.
What did Reese do?
Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am?
I will have everybody in your department fired.
That's what she said to the cops.
Really?
Yeah, she tried to get out by, do you know who I am? And she got arrested. And now she's very embarrassed about it, and she wishes it never happened.
Maybe if E.T. didn't leave him.
I know. No, the pups have not been naughty fighting. They've been pretty good. Of course, E.T. is a little bit sad at certain parts. That's what makes it a powerful movie. If you don't have a movie that evokes your emotions, then what good is it? How is it going to be memorable? Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he was in Portland, but maybe he was just somewhere in Oregon. Portland's in Oregon, but maybe...
Portland,
yeah. You can get a DWI on a bicycle. Do you know what I just read that... I don't know. I didn't think it was true, but I guess it is true. In a town in Virginia, they are saying it is illegal. If you are over 12 years old, you cannot go trick-or-treating, or else you will be fined and a misdemeanor and up to a certain amount of days in jail. And if you are out past 8 o'clock trick-or-treating, same thing. Boom, boom, boom. It's like, are you kidding me?
Jeez.
Are you kidding me? I think I was like 15 or 16 or 17 or 18 when I stopped trick-or-treating.
I remember going to my... I was 16 years old, and I went to my girlfriend's at the time's house, and her mom answered the door, and she's like, "Say, you, John?" I'm like, "Yeah, trick or treat." She goes, "Aren't you a little old to be trick or treating?" I'm like, "Yeah, kind of."
Yeah, and just turned around and left. But I think that's ridiculous. I tried to stay a kid. I tried to stay a kid as long as I could.
Yep.
And I'm
Yep.
I'm still
Yep.
I'm still there. Still a kid. I guess they raised it. They thought 12 was too bad, so they raised it so anything above 13.
25.
13. They gave it another year. This is a true story, too.
They're sucking the fun out of Halloween.
They are. And already... And they also are talking about... I saw that they posted something saying, should we make Halloween the last weekend of the month instead of October 31st, so people could be trick-or-treating on the weekend? And I'm like, it sucks to not have Halloween fall on a Friday or Saturday. It's true, but I don't think you can change it. It's just not going to be the same, because you're going to know up here, well, today's actually Halloween, and nobody's doing it.
You know what they should do is just give everybody the first off. Give us an extra day off.
That's right.
Don't put it on a weekend. It's always been October 31st.
Or just do it like we've been doing all these years.
Okay, you know what they should do? They should make every night should be Halloween the entire month of October.
There you go.
Except for rainy nights, because nobody wants trick-or-treat in the rain. Well, some people do.
I don't mind the rain. Actually, when it rains, is not, as long as it's not like freezing cold out. If it's a nice fall Michael Myers night, and it's raining, I don't mind it. I'll put on my boots and my, warm jacket, and I'll just
Yeah.
You know, I get my knife out and my mask on, and I'm like, oh wait, is that too much information? What other topics do we have?
Other topics that we have.
Did you have any other like spooky stories to tell other than the BB Bridge one that we could just tell right here tonight? What is this small yellow picture? This? It's just something stupid that I put up.
Nothing really comes to mind. I mean, certainly I've had, as a kid growing up, my house was really old. There were always creaks and stuff.
Creeps?
Cricks.
Cricks.
But I can't really think of anything. I always get this weird feeling like there's someone else in the room when I'm in my basement. It's still
at your house now.
Yeah, but let's. If hopefully Kristen's not watching this.
Somebody just. Where did they send it to me? Darn it! Somebody just sent me where they think the movie that I've been talking about since I was little, like that I can't figure out what that movie is, and they're trying to help me find it, and I gotta watch this one, but it looks like might be it. It was an old movie, black and white. I think it was called The Spiral Staircase or something. Maybe that's not the one. I gotta find it.
Holly wants to know. I've never actually seen a ghost, but have you ever actually seen a ghost before?
Well, I've seen a couple things, and like, I just feel like I gotta dedicate a whole video to this stuff though. But
yeah,
maybe I can. Okay, so the one main scary story that I'm purposely waiting on. I think I did see something. You could consider it a ghost, a spirit, whatever. So yeah, I think I did.
So Holly just said, I mentioned that it feels like there's somebody in the room sometimes, and Holly said there probably is. I agree. In fact, this microphone is super powerful, right?
Right.
So I was recording music in the basement.
The murder room.
The murder room's right behind me, and I'm listening to this, and I was like in between playing stuff, so it was just dead silent, and I heard this weird sound.
Yeah,
and there's no way it was one of my cats throwing up.
It was Kristen throwing up.
It was a dog. No, but like I do often hear weird sounds, or like I'll feel a different kind of energy, so I'll stop doing things. I'm like, well, maybe the ghost just wants to. I gotta respect the ghost.
You do.
So I've never physically seen a ghost, but when I was a kid, I used to not be able to sleep, and my parents don't even know this, or maybe they do now because I'm 40, but I'm not really 40. I'm just rounding up so I don't feel so bad when I hear.
And I don't feel so bad if you say you're 40 because I don't feel so old anymore.
Yeah, because we're pretty much the same age, even though we're 6 years apart. Anyway, so when I was a kid, do you even know this story?
I don't know.
Do you don't know this story that I'm about to tell?
I don't know yet.
You gotta tell me.
You never had panda pudding?
So I used to be really, and I still am, I guess, but like
buff.
No, like really interested in the afterlife. Like, is there an afterlife?
Oh, I think a lot of us are.
So yeah, pretty much tens of thousands of years of us wanting to know that answer, right? Yeah. So anyway, I was a little kid, like I want to say 28, 29. Okay. No, I was like 11 or 12. And I used to sneak out of the house when I couldn't sleep and walk down about 2 miles. Do you know where the elementary school is at my house? Do you guys know where the
Yeah.
So if you were to keep going down that road, right before you get to that stoplight, there's an old, like, really old
Route
cemetery.
31?
Yeah, right before you get to 31.
Okay.
There's an old cemetery that's, like, probably has all the people that were originated from Bridgeport buried there, like 1800s.
Okay.
And I used to, like, at 2 or 3 in the morning, I wouldn't be able to sleep, and I just have all this, like, spiritual anxiety. So I would walk, and I would be in there by myself, and I would be like...
You walked all the way down
all the way there, and then I kept going and walked to my church that I used to go to.
Wait a minute, how old were you?
Like 12.
That's pretty far.
Yeah. Yeah. And no ghost talked to me. Nobody from the grave or Jesus didn't either. But I'm just saying, like, that's what I used to do when I was a kid. I did it probably 2 or 3 times. So I didn't do it all the time.
Yeah, but that's...
But it's like, you know, you're up late at night and you just, like, you're really restless. And you're like, well, maybe I'll find some answers. And I was like, walk all the way down. Like, the moon was out. I was just a little kid.
Yeah. Where were your parents?
They were sleeping.
Wow.
Dane and I used to sneak out all the time. You know, you're out in the country. So we would sneak out and we wouldn't really be bad kids. We would be good kids.
Yeah, I used to sneak out too. I would dress up like a ninja.
All right.
Jump out my window and we would meet our friends and our mission was to make it all the way downtown Chittenango without being seen by any cars. If any cars come, we would ninja roll into the weeds.
Got arrested twice for public
we
nuisance. Made
it all the way downtown. Like, I mean, cops would drive by. Like, this is like... And then the hard part was getting back home and jumping back into my window because my room was on the 2nd floor, but we were freaking ninjas. So we would do it. I would get up there and get in and, you know, take my ninja clothes off and go back to sleep. I would put on, because this is back in the day, I would put on audio tapes. So if my mom came to my door, it sounded like I was listening to like Dungeons and Dragons things, you know, because I put on like the one that was like an hour and 10 minutes long. I'm like, we got enough time. Put those on. As soon as I press play, we're out of here. Boom, jump out the window, do some rolls, boom, 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 get out of there. One time, my mom caught me.
Because she went to talk to you, but you were gone?
No, I don't know how I don't know how she caught me, but what she did, she shut my window and locked it, and then I snuck back to my house, and I'm looking up, and my friend's like, "Oh, we're caught for sure," and I was so mad. I'm like, "No, we're not." I'm like, she's like, or my friend's like, "Your mom knows that we're out though. She locked your window." I'm like, "Doesn't matter. We can still get up there." And I'm like trying to figure out how to do that because I was determined to like do it and be like, "Mom, I was in bed the whole time," and just like deny everything. Oh man.
Did you guys call yourselves anything? Like, did you have a special group?
Well, when I was real little, we called ourselves Eagle Force. But
That's
as I got
way better than what I called my group.
But as I got a little bit older, we didn't do Eagle Force anymore. We were just ninjas.
Okay.
And I mean, you know, that it was.
Do you want to know what my
what was your band? What was your band?
my group, my gang or whatever? When I was a kid with Dane, we used to sneak out. We were called the Night Crawlers.
Oh my God, the Richard Romero serial killer, Night Crawler. No, that's the Night Stalker. But still,
we were called the Night Stalkers.
The Night Stalkers.
Ever heard of us?
Kenzie wants to know: would we ever consider coming to Minnesota? I was in Minnesota 3 years ago.
That's right. You got to go to
Minneapolis, Herbivorous Butcher.
Yeah,
and
I've only been there in a
pizza place
in the airport.
I liked it there. I want to go back. I sat in the Whole Foods looking out the window in the pouring rain. I
definitely would.
I'd love to come back. Kenzie,
I probably want to come back more.
Let's see. We got to catch up on some questions, and then we can tell more stories. I'm Wiccan, so I do believe in the afterlife. Reincarnation is a human, plant, animal. Oh, we got a lot of questions here. Living in the basement. John, you may have somebody living in your basement. Whoa.
Is that what that smell is?
You guys ever watch BuzzFeed Unsolved? I don't think so. I've seen a lot of unsolved mysteries. My dad was actually in an episode.
Did that ever scare you when you were a kid?
When it first came out, like when it was,
I was like, what if that guy is like right outside?
Right. When it was brand new and nobody had ever seen anything like that, that scared my whole neighborhood. Like, no man, I saw this. I got
a pretty face,
and there was a ghost.
Anyway,
EVP. We don't believe in Halloween parties in Australia. Just kidding. We don't have them.
Oh, goodness.
Well, maybe you could have a party and just secretly call it a Halloween party. When I was a kid, I couldn't fall asleep because I thought there was blood pumping in my ears and the sound of the stubs. House creatures coming for me.
Wait, can I ask you a question? I'm going to ask you guys a question, too. I may have already asked it, so stop me if you've heard it.
Stop me if
you're home alone.
One before.
You're home alone, and there's no dogs. There's nobody in the house. It's just you.
Yep.
And you hear a fart, and it wasn't you. Do you laugh?
You laugh at a ghost?
Or are you terrified?
I've never heard that before, but...
Okay, I've never asked you guys that. So what would you guys do? Like, would you laugh, or would you be like, I'd probably laugh first and be like, wait, that wasn't me. Imagine being the guy or the girl or the entity that did it. I'd be like, wow, I had one job. I had to haunt this house, and I passed it.
What did you do? Did you hear that before?
Somebody asked me that when I was along somebody. I can't read and talk at the same time.
I guess I was a bad kid then, because that's all I did, race. But you know what? When I was older, I went to sneak out. I mean, I was 19 or something, and I went to like leave the house, and as I was going to like walk out the door, my mom was coming upstairs to like use the bathroom, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I was gonna sneak out." She goes, "Why don't you just leave?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's not fun anymore. I'm not in trouble."
Yeah, I remember. That's a dumb story.
If I see a ghost in the living room, it's still dead. I guess I can tell a couple of my ghost stories that I'm still going to tell them in the actual real video that I post, but I'll tell you some true stories. Ready for some scary ones? These aren't that scary. I mean, they were at the... Okay.
Linda would definitely leave because there's nothing funny about being haunted, especially if the ghost hasn't upset his stomach.
That's right.
That was good. Okay, well, keep going, Chris. I'm sorry.
Okay, I was... I've told this one before, so you guys that have watched every one of my videos, you've already heard this.
Sometimes you need... I've heard your stories way more than anybody here.
Okay.
If you think about that, unless they watch a video on repeat. I've heard your stories more than anybody.
Oh, man, my battery went dead.
Oh, gosh.
You know what? I don't even know where my batteries are.
Well,
just talk
we'll see you later, guys.
Hold on. Let me think for a second. Where are my batteries? They're in my bag downstairs. I'll be right back. You can still talk to them. They just can't see you.
You guys can't see me, so make sure that someone's in the house. I'm just kidding. I don't want to scare you guys. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Yeah, Chris has to get the battery, you guys. Bear with us. We got another technical difficulties. Or there's a ghost in the machine. I don't know.
Ghost in the shell. I'm back with the battery. Just give me a couple seconds. It was a ghost. There's a ghost in my camera.
Wait, Race can see me. Where? Wow, I can see right into your neighbor's house from this window.
I know. That's why I have that window always closed.
Hey, what's for dinner, Bill?
I don't know what their name are, but their little kid, he just screams like a serial killer every day, and he's like, F word this, F word that. He's only like 12. It's crazy.
Yeah. And here I am sneaking out and...
Wait, what happened? It's still not back. Oh, wait, it's not back because...
It's catching up.
There's a delay.
Oh, look how blurry it is, though. Is the autofocus on? Folk?
The Foucault pendulum. Hold on. Oh
Stop
my God.
picking your nose, John. Dang
There
it.
we go. We're back.
That heavy whisper voice is too funny. You're laughing at my trying to scare you guys. I'm like, someone's in the house.
I didn't pay the button. All right, so we're back. We're in focus. All right, so there.
Just in time for us to leave. Have a great night,
Yeah,
guys.
guys.
We'll see ya. You were about to tell a story. Do you remember where you were at?
What if when it came back on, you were wearing my clothes and I was wearing your clothes? And
Or we were both completely naked.
Okay, so there I was. I was in 8th grade. It was winter. It was snowing out. I was in my house where I grew up, and nobody was there but me. And I was doing some chores because I don't know if I was in trouble or I just had to do chores or whatever. But I was vacuuming, of all things. I never vacuumed, but I was vacuuming the living room. From where I was standing, I could see straight down my hallway. As I'm vacuuming, I'm not thinking of anything scary, by the way. I think I was thinking of going to my friend's house and snowboarding because that was kind of new, and like I wanted to snowboard with them, you know, because I had never really done it.
Yeah.
So that's what I was thinking. All good things, you know, like vacuuming. And I look up, and as I look up, I see somebody walk into the room, and I'm like, what? My heart's going like this. I turn the vacuum off, and two things went through my head. Do I go down the hallway and see who that was that went in my brother's room, or do I run outside until somebody comes home? So I just stood there I was scared. I was really scared. I'm like, because I know what I saw. And it was all dark. It was a dark figure, like a shadow. So finally I go down to the end of the hallway and I look in the room and I looked everywhere. I looked under the bed. I looked in the closet. Nothing. What the heck was that? So
you'll never know.
The second time I saw one of those things, like a shadow entity like that, was many, many, many years later. It was when I was in Gainesville, Florida. I was going to school at University of Florida in 2000 to 2001. So this is probably like near the end. So this is probably 2001. I don't know what time of year it was because it's always hot down there. So I don't know if it was winter or whatever, but it was probably 2001. And I was in my apartment. I was in my kitchen doing my dishes. Again, not thinking of anything scary. And my kitchen is pretty small. And if I look to my right, I can see my living room and the door out of my apartment. And that's all I could see. And I'm just doing the dishes, and I look over real quick. And then when I looked over real quick and then I looked back, I saw the scariest, most terrifying thing that I can imagine. And again, my heart starts pounding like, that was so scary. I saw a little boy crouched down with a terrifying face staring at me with the most evil look for a split second. And then when I looked back, there was nothing there.
Ooh, that's great.
It was so scary. It was so scary. And I just stopped what I was doing. I turned the water off, and I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, I was like, what was that? And is it still in my house?
Yeah. And what does it want with me?
Yeah.
What do you want from me?
So, yeah.
That was scary. I don't think I've ever heard that story before,
No?
actually. Yeah. Creepy.
Yeah. I hate vacuuming too. And I have to vacuum every day now that I have 2 dogs.
Yep.
Anyway, those are a couple of what I would consider to be maybe a shadow person or a night terror. I wasn't sleeping, so it wasn't a... But I have other things to say on top of that could compound and make that even more freaky.
The freaky... I feel like the freakiest thing... Okay, you want to talk about this. When you were in LA for, I think it was 2 weeks. Remember I stayed here a couple of years ago? I stayed here for
with Indy the Pup.
I hated going down to your basement because of that picture. And that same energy that I feel down in my basement, I feel it in yours too. So I'm a grown man. But anytime I needed to go to the basement to get my laundry, I would bring Indy with me.
Come on, Indy.
Indy. And then if he tried to run upstairs, I'm like, get down here.
Get back down here right now and sit.
If this ghost is gonna kill me, I'm taking you with me. So it's I can't explain it. It's just it's a feeling. It's an energy.
If you hear strange disembodied giggling in between nonsensical nutritional babble, it's likely a shadow spherage. Leave the house immediately. Oh man, very true. Do you guys want more scary stories, and I'll just waste them all right now?
Yeah, because you're not wasting them. I mean, this is a live audience.
I feel like we should have scary music with some candles going. Wait. What? You're gonna play some scary music?
I can write some right now, but we got to talk about something else while I write it.
Okay. He's gonna show us how he writes scary music.
Do you have a pair of headphones I can eat?
Right there. They are right here.
Cool. So I can still hear you guys, and we can talk. But
should I just tell all my scary stories? Because I do have some really good ones, but I wanted to do.
All right, hang on. Just give me a second. I'll just do a quick little loop.
Is it Dana White?
Yeah. I'm glad I didn't have anything inappropriate on that.
Well, it's not like they could see anything anyway.
Yeah, but you.
I could.
Look at the size of that jackfruit Kristen took a picture of.
Wait, where is that?
That's at DeWitt Wegmans.
They have jackfruit there now?
They have one from that picture. All right, hang on. What's this?
Oh, this is kind of scary. This is almost like a weird Halloween. It's not like Halloween.
It's just this. Maybe I should put some... I'll see if I can put some drums to it really quick.
Okay. And instead of playing it for the microphone to hear, send it to my computer and I'll play it because they'll be able to hear it on the computer. Where it won't interfere with us though.
Okay.
And they can tell us if they want it lower. Evil Dead Children. Well, we don't know if they're evil. So I don't know.
That's too loud.
Okay, I'm gonna tell one of my. I'm gonna accompany it.
Turns out, she's been dead for 20 years.
I'm gonna show the actual video of where I was because I have it, but I want it. Okay, here we go. The good thing about always having a camera everywhere is that I filmed everything I did. And this is over... I uploaded this 12 years ago, but this is like 23 years old, 22 years old now is when it happened. I know the exact date it happened. So I'm going to put that over here. Bam. Hey Tabitha, how's it going? You missed some good stories. You know what? I could tell one that was really creepy, but thinking back on it, I don't know if it actually happened the way I remember it, or if it was like something scary that my mind just kind of made up. But I could tell it.
Tell it.
Okay.
Tell it while I'm writing this.
I feel like I don't tell this one anymore because I can't verify it, and it sounds kind of like unbelievable. And I'm my stories are all the ones I tell are believable. So I'm just going to tell you the story about how scary it was when we were there. But there's one part that I'm going to let you guys know that I don't really know if it was real. You know? Okay, here we go. I was 18 years old, and it was shortly after school had just started again, meaning I had already graduated from high school and I didn't have to go back when everybody went back to school. So a couple of friends and we went up to this abandoned, broken down, old, scary looking house. And there was 3 of us, and nobody lived here. And we wanted to explore it and see if there was any cool things that we could find in there. So we walked around to the back of it. By the way, this was on like a main road that wasn't very busy that time of night, because it was in my small hometown where I grew up, which is a very small town. Very dark too. So we parked across the street at some abandoned old restaurant that didn't exist anymore, but we were in that parking lot, and we all ran across the street and down the road to the back of this house. And we didn't know how to get in because all the doors were like bolted shut, but it was, again, a fallen apart house. So the back, you could see underneath there was like stones going down, and it was kind of wet. We got kind of dirty doing this, but we went underneath the floorboards and up into a room. And when we were in that room, we had these little tiny, those like little pen flashlights. That was what we had. And this is way before the time of cell phones, so we didn't have any light on our phones. And we didn't even all have a flashlight. I think I didn't even have a flashlight, but I think maybe one of us had a flashlight. And there was a bunch of boards on the wall with stairs going up. So they were all wet and rotted away. So we just pulled them away, and we kind of squeezed through there, and we walk upstairs, this creepy house. And we get into this one room, and there's stuff all over the place, but we're like, what? We found like a shoebox with pictures in it, and we looked at the pictures, and they were like black and white pictures, and there was this woman in it that was looking like at the camera, and it looked really scary because she wasn't smiling or anything. She was wearing all black. And then there was another one where I think they were in like Washington D.C. and there's just a bunch of really weird, bizarre pictures. And I think I even have one still at my parents' house somewhere if I can ever find it again. But my friend was like, "Oh my God, man, I found a chainsaw," and he took it. And I went down the hallway because I wanted to see what was in the end room while they were occupied with this room. So I'm in a room that's all dark, but it was on the top floor of the main road. So every time a car would go by, it would illuminate the room with lights like that so I could see what's in the room. So I saw that a car was coming, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to see what's in this room. And I'm standing in the middle of this room, pitch black. They're down the hallway. And the car goes by, and it illuminates the room, and it starts going like this, and I'm looking at everything that's in the room, and it gets right in front of me. There's a high chair with this doll in there, and it's like a porcelain face doll. It looked really creepy, and its eyes were like, one of them was half open, one of them was like looking right at me, and like in my head, this is the part that I don't know if it actually happened, but it really happened for me at the time. I hear, "Daddy." And I freaked out, and I ran down the hallway, and I said, "Get out of here." And we all ran down the stairs, and we struggled through, and we got all wet, and we went through the stones, and we all ran back to the car. And we never went back there again. And that was, to me, that was pretty scary, because even if it didn't say anything, that was a pretty creepy doll that was sitting right in front of my face that I couldn't see until the car illuminated it. And there it was, looking right at me. Anyway, that's a creepy story. It's not that scary.
All right, so I just wrote. It's like 3 notes. Big deal.
3
Zombie.
Notes. Zombie McGregor.
Zombie vegan.
McGregor White.
Okay, here we go. So let me just.
And then you email it to me.
I'll email it to you. Then you can just put it. It's how long is it?
We can loop it, right?
It's 8 minutes long. So
oh, okay.
It's just. It'll be fun. It's a little ominous. All right, let me just get it to you. Let me just figure out how to do this here. How do you work these dang things? Sorry. Here we go. Bring that over to there. Send it over to here. Call it a duty.
Call it a dude.
All right.
I wonder, like... Okay, so you sent it over?
It's on its way.
Okay. Are you sending it to ZombieGate?
Yeah.
All right.
He'll be there. He'll be there. You just wait for it. What time is it?
7:30. We started it. We've only been on for an hour.
It started at 6:30.
We're good. Hung out with Noah Craig today.
You know, I saw him and waved to him, and that's the only time I saw him at VegFest.
Oh, you saw?
He doesn't like me.
No, he probably didn't. Sometimes he's oblivious.
He waved right at me.
Oh, he did?
I don't know.
He waved at you?
I thought so.
Oh, okay. Well,
I was like, "Hey, Noah Craig." He's like, "Hey, get out of here, guy." And so I left. What's this? What are we looking at?
Well, I was going to tell that story too. Okay, so I need the headphones to see how loud this is. Just for a second.
Hopefully it works.
Let me know, guys. I'm going to put on John's loop while we're talking.
To make it creepier.
Yeah, I want it to be like low enough that it's not too loud and not overwhelming.
Turns out I wasn't the only one alone in the house.
How's that? Is that good?
You can hear it?
I can hear it, yeah. So we're talking, we're telling stories, and you're listening to this music, and it's getting
turned into
scarier.
a werewolf.
And you guys are like, "Chris, you're just too scary." And here, let's see if that's good. Is that good? You think?
They'll just tell us.
Oh, we can't.
The listener will tell us.
We have to go over to the tab.
Oh, let's go to the tab.
Not Tabitha, but tab.
How do you go over there?
Yeah, right there.
Oh.
You just move it.
You just have so many screens. I never know where the mouse is.
We have 3 screens going on right now, guys.
Louder is better.
Eating chickpea pasta. Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
So tell another. Oh, somebody said a little bit lower, Mike.
Oh, a little bit. Mike, ride a bike. What is up, Mike?
Mike said a little lower.
A little lower than this?
He's like, until it's off. He's like, that's good.
Oh. Yeah.
All right, tell the story.
Okay, so this is the other thing, and this began a series of scary things for me. Okay, the date was July 4th. Easy to remember that date, 4th of July here, 1997. I was with my friend Noah, my friend that owns like the Harley
That was the year I
shop.
went vegan.
Oh, okay,
Cool.
Yeah, so I was only been vegan there for 3 years at that point. And we were with his girlfriend at the time, Eileen, and we were going to visit her mother on 4th of July, but we were also going to Canada. Of all days of the year, we went to Canada on 4th of July to skateboard. We went to her mother's house, and this is in Buffalo, and I just remember that it was a very old house, and she had all these trinkets and all kinds of stuff, and I didn't think anything of it, but she told Noah was playing with some trinkets and stuff like that when we were in there, and she goes, no, I wouldn't touch that stuff. He goes, what, am I gonna get cursed or something? She goes, I don't know, maybe just joking. I thought they were joking, but her mom is like a witch or something. I know some of you guys were saying, I don't know, but that's what they said. And she had a really weird voice too, like she like talk, and she had white hair, and I didn't think nothing of it. We went skateboarding, we came back, they went up to go to sleep, and they said I could sleep on a couch. I'm weird, I can't sleep on a couch, so I preferred to sleep on a hardwood floor than a couch. That's just how I am. So I laid down on a hardwood floor with a huge window behind me with I don't know if it was a full moon, but it was definitely a moon coming in, and that was the atmosphere as I could hear them upstairs in her old spare room as I'm trying to go to sleep. Now what I'm looking at is the fireplace. I'm looking at a fireplace with these 2 stone owls and some more trinkets and an upside down pentagram and all this. And as I'm falling asleep, still, I'm not thinking anything scary. I'm falling asleep, and the only way I can describe it is the same way I have had other experiences of when I was a little kid. But basically, I hear them talking, and it's getting dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. I'm asleep. But I'm not. I wake up immediately, and there's no more talking. I probably had fallen asleep and woke up, and there was no noise at all. Everything was silent. And I wake up, and I'm wide awake, and I have a eerie feeling that there's somebody behind me staring at me, watching me, whatever. And I'm terrified because I'm like, do I play dead? Do I pretend I'm sleeping? Or do I turn around and catch somebody staring at me? And if I do, then what happens then? So I kind of count to 3 in my head, and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to turn around and look and see if anyone's behind me. So I'm contemplating this for a good amount of time before I have the courage to do it. So when I finally go to do it, I'm completely paralyzed, and I feel this force going through my chest and this weird low hum through my ears, and I was terrified. And when I say I'm terrified, like, I can't even explain it as an adult, because it brought my psyche down to being so scared that I just wanted to jump in my parents' bed with them. Like, I was that scared. It was like a terror like none other. And I felt like there was like the devil himself was like right next to me, like trying to possess me or something. And this is what it felt like. And this force was just going right through my head and right through my chest and pulling on me and crushing me at the same time. And it felt like this was happening forever. It was the scariest feeling I had ever felt. And then I tried to concentrate a little bit, and I was able to move my pinky, and then I was able to move my hand, and I sat up, and I was like, looked over, and there's nobody there. And I wanted to run up to their bed and be like, help me guys. Like, what, I was so scared, but then I'm like, all my senses came back, and I'm like, they're going to think I'm crazy. They're going to get mad at me. Like, what happened just now? Like, I don't know what just happened. I don't know how I'm going to get back to sleep. The most terrifying thing just happened to me. So after about 10 minutes or so, I finally am like, I gotta get back to sleep. Like, okay, so I laid down again, And as soon as I laid down, it happened again immediately. And this time it only lasted for like 5 or 10 seconds. But those 5 or 10 seconds seem like an eternity when it feels like when you're terrified that hard. And I'm a very skeptical person. If somebody told me this story, I'd be like, yeah, whatever. I needed to videotape where I was. I needed to tell this story because this happened. This happened to me, and I didn't know what it was. I felt like I was being possessed by a demon. I'm going to turn the sound off, and I'm going to show you the exact view that I saw when this happened. The next morning, I videotaped the whole thing. So I'm going to come over here and try to show you guys what I see over here. There it is. I'm going to press play. This is what I saw. It even shows my friend and his girlfriend sitting on the couch or the chair in a second. But above that is the trinkets with the pentagram. Just a second right there. Okay, so it wasn't an upside down. It was a right side up one. There they are. Old house, as you can see, very old house. 1997. Okay, basically, so that's where we were. That's what I was describing to you guys. Did it look anything how I described it? I wanted to see if my description was good enough. But anyway, for a while now, I'm thinking that I got possessed or tried to get possessed. I told everybody this story. I told my parents. I didn't think people would believe me. Like, this was so scary. So it happened to me again. I was visiting Florida. I was laying on a hardwood floor, and the same thing. I was paralyzed. I couldn't move. I was wide awake. I knew I was awake. It wasn't like lucid dream. It was wide awake, and again, very, very scary. And this happened to me a few more times in the next couple years. And I remember one of them, I had a friend talking to me as I fell asleep and then woke up and I couldn't move. And he's like, "You're not even listening to me. I'm just going to go to sleep." And I'm like thinking to myself, "No, push me, wake me up, do something." And then another one I was in, because sometimes I do sleep. I think I told this story. If I told this story, stop me. But actually, you can't stop me because there's a delay. So I'm going to tell it. This is when I was living in Florida, Sarasota, and sometimes when I sleep, you know this, if I sleep on my back or anywhere near my back, my eyes open. Well, I was sleeping and I was in my apartment. I had a mattress on the floor for a bed, and there was a mirror next to me, and I could see myself sleeping. I realized now that I was sleeping, and I was very cognizant that I was sleeping and I was no longer dreaming, and I could hear my roommates out in the kitchen. I could hear music playing. I could hear them like making food in the kitchen, and in my head I'm like, screaming out for them to like come push me or wake me up, or I couldn't get up. I was like paralyzed, And then finally, when I finally came to and I was able to move, it was completely silent. Nobody was in that apartment. Nobody was in the kitchen. There was no music, nothing. So that was pretty scary. So for the next few years, I thought for sure I was being possessed by something until I came across some articles on sleep paralysis. So I'm like, that's got to be what it was. But that really doesn't explain, sleep paralysis does not explain my first occurrence, because when that happened to me, I knew I was awake, but I also got up and I sat up for a good 10 minutes. And the second I laid down again, it happened immediately. So if it was sleep paralysis, how did it happen the second time? That's my question. This is by far the scariest, the most scared I have ever felt, because it's something that's terrifying beyond what I can, if something bad happened, like, where I was scared, I'd be scared a certain way. But this way broke me down to like beyond being like a little kid. It was pure terror is all I can describe it as. It was scary. And it has not happened to me since.
Yeah, I mean, because I've had sleep paralysis before, where I'll be laying there and I will try everything I can to break free, and when I finally do, it feels like the longest time ever. I'm like, oh, thank goodness. And if I stop moving again, I immediately go like, I can't move again.
Did the music stop?
I started playing it again, but we're already.
I talked for 8 minutes? No.
Yeah, I had to press play again.
Okay. Well, maybe I can put this on loop. I don't know how though.
I go over to the shuffle button.
Repeat off. Repeat. Boom. Repeat. Repeat
Yep.
on. Oh, we're good.
As long as it's not repeating your whole playlist. Is that the only thing in there?
Oh wait, yeah, that's the only thing in there.
Okay.
I think.
Oh,
Message deleted. Why? What happened with this?
it was a troll.
Oh, okay.
He didn't pay the troll toll.
Oh. So anyway, that was one of the scariest things. Audio head pooped a little. Sorry, man.
That's nothing to be ashamed of. I do it all the time. John, what car do you have?
So anybody that has had sleep paralysis knows, without a doubt, it is the most terrifying thing. And people that haven't had it happen to them probably think we're crazy and we're making it up. Because as a skeptic, I would probably think that about myself if it never happened to me in the first place. What other things can you think of? I can think of more, but...
I can't really...
Should I tell my scary of all scary stories, or should I wait? I have a video of...
You'll probably have to start the song from the beginning, though, because you don't want it to go dead halfway through when you get into the scary...
No, it's on repeat.
Oh, that's right, that's
it's
right,
on
that's
repeat.
right.
Where is it? It's this one right here. So I gotta play that video, because I actually took the video of where it happened.
Did you go into 13 Curves yet?
Not yet.
Ah.
But... Audio head knows. Yeah, there's a documentary on Netflix about sleep paralysis, and I can relate with all of them, and like they are definitely telling the truth. It's true. It's scary. It feels like somebody is crushing your chest, and
yeah, it's my least. If you ever wake up and you can't control your body,
yeah,
but your mind is awake, and you're like, oh God, no, Kristen, move me. Actually, I haven't had it happen to me in like 10 years though. All right, so tell the scariest of scaries.
You can't tell it again too?
You can.
Oh, I can tell it
They
again.
are allowing it.
Okay, because I wanted to tell it in a concise video. All right, you guys, again, have heard this. I've told this many times over the years. So this is, without a doubt, completely true. The year was... the year. I like to be very descriptive.
President Lincoln was in office.
It was when I first started going to college. After I moved back from Florida, I decided, maybe I should go to college. I took a few years off after graduating high school before I went to college. So I believe it was 1998. It was the summer. I started summer classes with my best friend. And we would take turns driving there because it was about a 40-minute drive from where I lived. I didn't live on campus. It was just a community college that I started out at. And we took classes for criminal justice. And our first class started, I think, at 8 in the morning. And I like to be very punctual, as you know, that I got perfect attendance through high school. I never missed a day. So anyway, I like to be there on time, and he was late. So I think it was like 20 after, 7:20 in the morning. I'm like, where is he? He pulls in my driveway. I run out, get in his car. I'm like, go. We're going to be getting there just in time. I'm not going to get a good seat. I was like, go, Early morning, very misty and foggy out, nice summer day. But it was near the end of the summer, I think, because the corn was really tall. And we were going up, of all roads, Salt Springs Road. Cue the video.
Oh, here we go.
So, why? Okay. My computer's being slow right now.
Technical difficulties.
As I'm trying to tell a scary...
Moment ruined.
Moment.
No go surreal. Neither is Santa. Don't ever say that.
Okay.
Don't you ever. Ooh, this is a nice video.
Yeah.
You should make YouTube videos sometime.
Maybe I will start doing YouTube when I...
Get the guys from YouTube over here.
So there I was, driving... Well, there we were, driving down this road right here, but this is actually going the opposite way, so we got to go the other direction.
Just put it in reverse.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That was it, right?
Oh, now it's blurry.
Okay, so anyway, but just consider this the morning. This is the morning, not nighttime. There we were. We were driving to school. He was going extra fast down this. Well, it gets kind of windy up here. We're almost at the point. Well, just think of us going the other way. So it's right after this, but this is probably where I was like, what just happened? But going the opposite direction. This is the road. And I always take this road nowadays just because I want it to happen again. Where is it? Okay, these curves, these curves, these curves, these curves. Down here, down here, down here. More curves. This is where it happened. Right here. Okay, this house wasn't here back then. This was all cornfields. This is where it happened right here. Come in the opposite direction. And then after that, it was all curves going back this way. All right, so anyway, there we were driving to school. And from out of the cornfield comes this girl that had to be 13 or 14. She had long hair. She was wearing overalls. And she came out like this, and he was going really fast, and he kind of moved like this so he didn't hit her, and we flew right by her, and I looked, and I just looked, and I followed her as we go, just to make sure, like, does something happen? And like in my head, I'm thinking, I regret this so much. This is one of my regrets. We just kept driving. Like, I'm like, should we stop and see if she's okay? Like, what is a girl doing in the middle of nowhere? What is a girl of that age doing in the middle of nowhere this early in the morning, running out of a cornfield? But we were super late and we kept going. And I regret that because I really wish we would have stopped. But we kept going. There was something about her that wasn't right. And I just kind of brushed it off as we were going really fast. And we went to school, and this is the year that Google was established, so there was no YouTube, there was no real internet the way it is today. So I basically looked in the newspapers for the next few days to see if anybody was missing or abducted or kidnapped or anything. Like, nothing. There was nothing on the news, nothing. So I didn't think about it anymore until about 10 years later. And 10 years later, I'm living in Washington, D.C.
Not even here.
Not even here anymore. I'm in Washington, D.C., and I'm in my apartment. I lived in Arlington, and I was hanging out with everybody from here. Mike Kirk was there. Heidi was there. And we were talking. They were telling ghost stories. And they said something about a ghost story that triggered my memory of this. And I was like, oh my God. I'm like, guys, I don't know if this is a ghost story, but I proceeded to tell them everything that I just told you, and I didn't leave out that one detail that I just left out for you guys. And that one detail was, without a doubt, she didn't have a face. There was no face. She ran out and she didn't have a face. I kind of just basically chalked that up to, we were going super fast and it was blurry. But in order to not see something like that, you need to be in like a rocket or something to not see a detail like that. And then I started doing research, and I found, whether you believe this or not, you can read up on spirits in the spiritual world. When they come back, sometimes they don't have all the features. They're not remembered right. So maybe they don't have feet and it looks like they're hovering. Maybe they don't have a face. And they're likely seen in wooded areas and stuff like this. And this was in a cornfield, coming out of a cornfield. And very, very eerie when I started doing that research and recalled that. I've got a very good memory. I know what I saw from the second I saw it, and I never said anything about it. And I immediately, at that point, I called up my friend that was with me, and I said, do you remember that day? Do you remember that she didn't? And he's like, yeah, I kind of do. He remembered. Not as good as I did, but he remembered that day. But that is probably one of my most scary, real, true eyewitness sightings of something that very well could be something that, well, paranormal or just basically unexplained. And like I said, there's several ways for me to get to my parents' house, and I always 90% of the time opt to go that way. Most people say I'm never going that way again. For me, I want to go that way because I want to see that again. And there are, on top of that, I didn't even have to tell Heidi the name of the road that we were on, Salt Springs. She goes, let me guess what road it was, Salt Springs Road. And I'm like, how'd you know? She goes, my grandpa or somebody that she lived with told her stories about somebody. Well, this is like 15 years ago, but 15 years ago, she's like 40 years ago. So that brings us to almost 55, 60 years ago. A girl that age was killed on that road, and people say that they have seen things on that road. And we both, I never really knew him, but I knew of him, and you knew him. He died on that road, and other people have claimed that things have happened on that road too. But there have been crashes. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, and you can read it that road was like haunted like that. But I definitely saw what I saw on that road, and this is maybe 2 miles from where I grew up. So it's a road that I've traveled quite often. And she's in John's basement right now, says Graven Babies.
Actually, the person in my basement is like really long features, really long fingers, really long arms, and really long legs. It's almost inhuman. It looks really creepy.
Oh, that sounds like one of those skinwalkers.
What's a skinwalker?
They're scary.
Okay, I don't want to see it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Okay, so I've told you guys, I think, most of my scary stories. I still have, believe it or not, I still have some other scary things that happened to me, but I think I'm gonna lump them in with the UFO series. I don't know if it's a series. It's just one video. I want to tell them all. This is so fun.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think of it. I'm like, oh, I don't have any. You have all the good ones.
No, it definitely, she was a girl. Long hair. She was a girl. She wasn't a little boy.
It turns out that was Bruce Willis the whole time.
Oh my God. And he didn't have a face because he was looking the other way.
Yeah, that's right.
Man. Well, you're right, Marina. It is very late over there too, so it's probably like the witching hour right now when you're hearing this. And they aren't of this world, yeah. So maybe not. There's a lot of speculation that could go around with that, but I'm just telling you the facts of what I saw that day, and I mean you can draw from it whatever. There could very easily be an explanation for it, but I don't know. I don't know what that explanation would be. I just know what I saw. And let's check that out one more time. Exactly where that happened. This is the road. The only thing is we were going the opposite direction is this. And after we were going around these curves right here, I'm like, Chancey, what is she doing out so early? Like, should we turn around? And we were just like, we asked ourselves, I really regret that. I wish we turned around. And then I would have known for sure. Like, would it disappear? Would it attack us? Like, was it a ghost? Like, we would find out. If we only stopped, then I could have been, oh no, she does have a face. I don't know. But this is where it happened. Right around here. Houses weren't here. And this is all cornfields at this time of year too. And then it comes down to a little... the road that's right off of this is called Sleepy Hollow Road. It's coming up. And there's a little graveyard right here. Look at that graveyard. But hold on. I think... Did we pass it? Oh no, right here. I think this is it, right? That road right there, that's Sleepy Hollow Road right there. And then this goes all the way down to the high school I went to and where I lived. So,
that was fun.
Yeah, we did like a little fun interactive video. So I like to be able to be very visual and show you guys. So I went out and I took the videos of, that's why we did the BB Bridge. You know, we wanted to show you guys where it happened. I was thinking about doing that house too, but I'm like, there's people that live there and they restored that house. I'm like, I better not show that. Because if they like, you really went in the house back then? You know, I don't want to show that house. Oh my God, your ex-wife didn't have a heart. Now that's a scary one.
Identity theft is the most terrifying thing that we can ever talk about.
How do I stop identity? Let's hear what Amanda has to say. I had a ghost experience once in Edwards, Colorado, but it was just an audio thing. I heard a record player and they all shambled mini mansion where a guy was shot in the face by his brother on accident. Ooh.
Marina. Oh man, we freaked everybody out.
I like this video and a video discussion. So how's it going, Mike? Mike was on the news for the VegFest, which we did. Well, we already talked about the VegFest. We had talked very highly of the VegFest because it was awesome.
Yeah.
And he's doing a lot for Mockingbird now.
Yeah. Mike pretty much. Mike and Janelle set up the tours this Saturday, and that's like very exciting things.
Yeah.
Very exciting things, Mike.
And hopefully soon, everybody can go visit.
Yeah. Maybe we get through the winter and we get some stuff set up
I think this is kind of funny. We're all over that. We're telling like creepy stories, like the most scary stories we can think of, and then we're like, oh yeah, Mockingbird, VegFest.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
August says, I'm freaked out while we are talking about this. My dog just started looking at me and quietly whining, and now she is literally right next to me. My dog does that too sometimes. Indy the pup, if somebody comes near the house, he turns into the meanest sounding dog with like the meanest bark you can ever hear. And then if he hears a creak or a door, he's like, he like basically jumps on me. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, and he starts swallowing like. And I'm like, Indy, everything's fine. Just go to sleep. Like the mirror the mirror in my bathroom fell off a few weeks ago and smashed all over. Like it's 6 a.m. and both dogs just got up, ran in my room, and just started cuddling together. And I was just like, whatever, go to sleep.
Somebody better vacuum that.
I fear the young girl who presented herself. I think she was hit by a car, if it's anything to do with an actual experience that happened here on Earth. If one were to believe that happens. And I go by there all the time and I'm waiting. And honestly, if it was 2 a.m. and I saw somebody run out of those, I would stop the car and get out. And I would try to see what it was. I'd have my camera on. Holly, same here. If you look at my hometown Chittenango, it's Indian land. And my whole neighborhood was buried also. So
Indy is actually Scooby-Doo.
You know, I'd love to have him on the channel, but my uncle, he's like in tune with, like, he says like he sees things a lot. He's 100% Native American, and he's well, how do you say it? He's mentally disabled. I guess he's got the mentality of like an 8-year-old or something.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
He was at my high school graduation.
He's like a psychic, and like everything he says is like so close. Like it's so eerie. And my mom, like, because of his mental thing, she's like, Tony, you can't talk about this stuff with people, it'll get you in trouble. But like he talks about it with me, and like the stuff he tells me is 100% accurate, like crazy accurate. Like, for instance, I brought Cody over for Thanksgiving last year. Cody, was it Thanksgiving? No, it was Easter.
Easter.
Yeah. Cody had just had like a split with his wife. Tony never met Cody ever. He doesn't know anything about Cody. And when he sat down, he basically said, nobody was talking about it either. He's like, I'm sorry, your girl was running around behind your back. I can see that now, and don't get back with her.
What?
And Cody's like, what the heck? How did you know this? And he's like, I'm sorry. Like, it's crazy. So I want to have, because he wants to be in my videos. Like, he's really comfortable talking to me. He actually enjoys talking to me. But yeah, he was adopted by my grandparents, and I should get him on the show and talk about stuff, because you want to talk about creepy stuff. Like, he knows all.
What if, like, he sits down, he's like, Chris,
he told, like,
Chris, I'm really sorry that you're gonna die next Tuesday.
No, he won't tell me that. but I'm the kind of person, like, I'm like, because my mom doesn't want him to talk about all the stuff that he sees, but, like, because she doesn't want him to get in trouble with, like, complete strangers and stuff like that. But for me, I'm like, it's okay for you to talk about whatever around me. Tell me all the scariest stuff you've ever seen, and it's pretty out there. Yeah. So anyway, guys, how's the music going? It's
creeping everybody out.
should I turn it off?
Should we turn it off and play happy music?
We can sing happy.
I actually have to leave in a few minutes.
Oh yeah, if you have to leave, yeah, I understand. It's
past my bedtime.
Are you okay? Are you better than last time, the way you're sitting?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty impressed with. I'm trying to figure it out.
I will try to get him in the video then. Revolutionary Road. I saw that, but I can't recall really anything about it.
Play happy music.
Well, this time of year, I think we're gonna leave this music on.
We'll play happy music some other time.
Yeah.
Nickelback. You guys know, I did learn a Creed song for you. Just the chorus of Higher today, but we'll do it after the Halloween,
okay.
the Halloween episode.
For me, creepy music is happy music. Can you cry? Once, maybe twice in all eternity. Name the movie. I said I was going to do horror quotes, and people were going to, like, try to name the movie. That's what I said I was going to do, and I'm not prepared. I mean, I could probably take a few out of my head that I really like, and if you have any too, maybe we can do that. I just did the first one, so let's see if somebody can get it. And if somebody does, which I know a couple of you will, is Marmaduke still in here? She'll get it. But anyway, if somebody gets it, I'll come up with another one.
Okay.
I have a really easy one next, but it's fun.
I don't know the quote from it. The quote you just said, I don't know it.
Yeah, I don't think you would.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't think you would. I think you would know the next one, though.
Okay. What if I died on the way home tonight, you guys?
Oh my God, we'll know that you were psychic.
And the song I just wrote, the 3 chords, are just playing away while I'm dead.
Oh, Marmaduke didn't hear it. She wasn't listening until I said her name, and she's like,
Marm.
"Oh, okay."
Come on, Marm.
Do you cry? Can you cry? Once, maybe twice, in all eternity. That's the quote.
Oh, Kristen wants to know where I am. I better get going, you guys.
Where are you? What, do you want to do one quote then? Do you have one? Maybe somebody's not gonna get mine. I thought that they would, but maybe not. Maybe I'll have to do another one. I'll give another one too.
What am I supposed to stop saying? I don't like this delay.
John, stop saying it.
Am I saying the word it, or am I saying what if I died on the way home?
Oh, stop
Who knows?
saying
Who knows?
it.
Oh, Linda.
Oh, and you can't Google it either.
Linda, did you Google it?
Did you Google it? Why didn't you tell us the first time, but you told us the second time? Did you Google it? You Googler. Googling it. Googly. Yeah, Interview with a Vampire. But who says it? No. Louis says it. Louis says it to Christian Slater. Because River Phoenix was supposed to have that part, but he died. And Christian Slater took the part, and he gave all proceeds to charity because he did that for free for River Phoenix. Do you have one?
A scary movie quote?
A horror movie?
Horror movie?
Oh, she didn't Google it. Yeah, I believe you.
How about...
She knows a lot of this stuff.
It's too easy.
Okay, do it.
I'm going to play a little game. Do you know it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty easy, you guys.
Yeah.
You have to get it. I just watched it the other day.
And just so we can save time, I'll say one too, and then you guys can like...
Yeah.
Okay,
She didn't Google it.
I know.
I believe it.
No, I believe
I
it.
trust
believe
Linda.
it.
I trust her.
I was being funny. Okay, so mine is going to be like...
Oh, Produce nailed it. Yeah, guys, that was a really easy one.
So, yeah, okay. No, I can't say that part because that's saying a name.
He went on a cruise, a Caribbean cruise. You can't say cruise in the question.
Garlic don't work, boys. Try holy water, death breath. Do you know that one? If
No.
you do, don't say it.
No. This isn't really a horror movie, but I don't know if you'll get this one. Kill him a lot.
No, I don't.
You know? Okay. It's not really a horror movie.
I wonder if I saw it. I've probably seen it. I just don't know.
The actor, the actress, the star, also posed in Playboy. A woman, if you will.
Jenny McCarthy?
No.
Drew Barrymore?
No. But she did.
Pam Anderson?
No. I forgot what I was talking about. I okay. You ready?
Dorothy Stanton.
Oh, they're guessing it.
That Lost Boys, yeah, Trini got it. Viking got it. Mike Ride a Bike got it. Linda, of course, got it. She knows all of them. Valis. Okay, so yeah, you guys are doing good on that. And then my favorite quote, obviously you guys already know that. My favorite quote is well, there's two of them from the movie, so I don't know which one I want to say. They're both epic.
Same both.
Okay, ready? Here we go. Should I say it? I'll try to do my best impersonation too. Ready? Listen to them, the children of the night. What sweet music they make. And I've crossed oceans of time to find you. Amazing movie. I can't say what anymore because...
Dances with Wolves.
Yep! You got it.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You out of here?
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Johnny,
keep
2000.
quoting movies. Oh, I'm not in there. Oh, yes, I am. All right. Chris, it's always a pleasure.
I'll probably wrap this up pretty soon because we're on 2 hours. Wow, 2 hours.
That went by fast. That was fun.
Yeah, this was
We still got one more week before Halloween, right? Next Wednesday?
Yeah.
So we got one more creepy night.
It's on Thursday though, I think.
Maybe I'll write some more creepy stuff, and I'll think of some. Let's make up a story. Listen to this, you guys.
We'll make up the bet. You guys give us a few things, and we'll try to incorporate it all and make up a story.
When I was a kid, my grandma used to drive me from my house in Bridgeport to my babysitter's house.
A young boy.
And I used to tell her stories, like we would drive past a field, and I said, "Hey, Grandma, someone died in this field," and I would tell her like explicitly what happened. Like I would be like, "Yeah."
And you'd be making it up.
I was making it up. I guess I was making it up, or maybe somebody was telling it to me. I was just a little kid. I don't remember telling her these things. She said I used to tell her like the craziest stuff on the way to my babysitter's house.
That's awesome.
All right, guys, I'll see you later.
Everybody says goodbye, John.
Bye.
And you guys, by the way, obviously, you're right. It was Dracula.
Oh, Chris, mine was Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, wait, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. All right. This is fun. This is, I gotta edit a video after this. I filmed a video today, and it's my announcement for tomorrow, which you guys will all see tomorrow, and then you'll be like, "Oh my God, I didn't even know, but now I do." And then you guys will not think about it, and you'll probably forget all about it. But anyway, we have 58 people watching. Should we keep going a little bit, or is that it? We still have the music playing. We're on the loop. I just want to see how it sounds on your guys' end. Yeah, that sounds pretty creepy, right? You just jump on the stream and you hear this. You missed 2 of the quotes. Message retracted. I saw what you said. I read it, and then you retracted it. John drank spoiled chocolate silk. That's pretty scary. Deacon got Buffy. Did I get a tattoo? I can't say anything until tomorrow. That's all I gotta say. But I am wearing a long sleeve, so... Do I secretly have a wife and 10 children? It's not a secret. Deacon, you get all the credit. You got that right. I didn't even get that right. I didn't even know that. Should I think of some more quotes? I'm talking louder because I probably shouldn't have that on because I can hear the music, so I'm trying to talk over it. I'm trying to get some of the scariness too and be in the scary vibe, but like I don't hear any of the music now. You know, I was really busy this last weekend, and my thoughts were I was going to get a few videos together, put them in a folder, and show you guys as we talked, but I wasn't able to do that. I had too much going on. Marina got them. More movies. Okay, let's think of some more movies, because obviously I'm taking them straight from some of my favorite movies, so I really got to think here. And now that I'm on the spot, I can't think of it. Okay, let's see. It's your last chance for pie. And if you don't know that one, maybe I'll try another one from the same movie. I'll give you an easier one from that movie if nobody can get that one. The Bloodhound Gang. I have not seen the Bloodhound Gang in a long time. You're in the Bloodhound Gang. Is there a scary movie that you have never seen that you want to see? I've never seen Midsummer, and I wanted to see that. I've never seen... Actually, there's one that I don't really want to see, and that's The Human Centipede. Thinner. What movie is that from? Church got his nuts cut. What's that? Oh, Heather got it. Heather is Haunted got Monster Squad. Well, Heather, with a name like Heather is Haunted, you're probably gonna get every one of these, right? Because you love the horror of it. You guys got Monster Squad. What's in the box? What was in the box? Oh, what's in the box? Oh, I will see Joker. I don't know when though. I haven't been to a movie since Game Changers. What's my favorite real life scary movie? Be more clear on that. I don't know what you mean by that. Real life scary movie. I heard the Midsummer is not that good. I don't even know what's out as far as scary movies go. Okay, so for Hereditary, for me, I don't know if I've told you this, I really liked Hereditary until the end. And I feel like that they wrote an amazing movie and then all of a sudden didn't know what to do for the end. I didn't like the end, but the beginning was great. Mike got it. Pet Sematary. Church got his nuts cut. Sometimes dead is good. Oh, like the Blair Witch, a real movie like the Blair Witch, yeah. I liked the Blair Witch, by the way. I saw it in the theater, and I think that half the people liked it, half the people didn't know what was going on because they didn't pay attention to the beginning. If you don't pay attention to that one part where she talks about the witch had them stand in the corner, then you have no idea what happened at the end, and then you're like, what? John's talking from, he's at a red light right now. Let's see. They're all gonna laugh at you. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your head in. I left one word out. August. Yeah, I'd have to like look up some movies and try to find some quotes and stuff before. Maybe I could just do that right now. Movie quotes. You guys could probably do the same thing. I want to find some of my favorite movies. How about, I always like this one. I'm about to swear, but who cares? Have a nice stroll, asshole. How about that one? I always remembered that from that movie, even seeing it as a kid. Who remembers that one, huh? My eyes light up. Deacon, pick one. My favorite Stephen King movie. I like Pet Sematary. I like The Perfect Storm. The Tommyknockers, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna admit I never really liked it, but I like Pet Sematary, the original. I didn't see the remake. Nobody got the have a nice stroll, asshole, without Googling. I'm waiting for someone to get that one right. Misery is pretty good. August is cooking some tofu. Sounds good. Do you have any extra? Storm of the Century. Yeah, that's what I meant. Not Perfect Storm. Scratch. I didn't see the second Fright Night. No, I never did. But I love the, you're so cool, Brewster! Plant Power knows the line, but doesn't know the movie. You're wrong. Deacon, you called it out and said you know any Nightmare on Elm Street, and guess what? You guessed the wrong one. You guessed Nightmare on Elm Street 4, and it's not. So, I'm kind of giving you guys hints now. I'll tell you who said it. Kincaid said it. I already did The Shining, yeah. Yes, it was Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors. It was when his veins were, he was like a puppet, and he was like walking out towards the window, and Kincaid wakes up and he looks at him, he's like, have a nice stroll, asshole. And then he goes back to sleep. Little did he know. Marina Kalianova. Yeah, Gerald's game was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good. My best friend Karen is visiting, and she loves horror movies. Well, we're doing some horror things right now, so Marmaduke, it's totally okay for you to sign off and go to sleep. Don't let Freddy get you. I'm just kidding. I'll see you around. Not if I see you first. Let me think. No, that's too easy. I'm trying to do like for instance, I'm trying to not say lines like you're gonna need a bigger boat, because we all know what that means. Peace out, Mike. Hush, Hush was that was the one where, is that the one where she was deaf? Maybe I want Freddy to get me. Yep, Mel, you got Stand By Me. Marmaduke, is Marina signing off too, or just Marmaduke? Shop Smart. Shop S-Smart. Marmaduke got Jaws. But you didn't say Stand By Me, and that's your favorite movie, other than E.T. We're the Dream Warriors. That was my favorite too, Dream Warriors. I didn't really like part 2. Part 1 was good. Anyway, maybe we should just wait until I have more video, because I feel like this whole stream was pretty good, and I don't want to end it like not having anything to talk about here. So I don't have anything prepared for more scary movies, and unfortunately I can't think of any right now off the top of my head. So yeah, I said a Stand By Me quote. I said what Gordy LaChance says with Chris Chambers at the end of the movie. I never had any friends later in life like the ones I had when I was 12. Jesus, does anyone? Deacon's got to go. All right, everybody seems to got it. They got to go. So maybe we should call it. Oh yeah, give it the thumbs up. And also, just to let you guys know, I'm not sure if this makes a big difference, but a lot of people aren't getting my notifications on my channel, my main channel, The Vegan Zombie, and I think it might be because you have to hit the bell, but there's 3 different options when you hit the bell. It's either all, personalized, or something else. You gotta hit the all in order to get all of my notifications. Otherwise, you know, people are not getting my video notifications. Let me see if I can show you guys exactly what I mean. Okay, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna pull this up for you guys. Bam. Okay, so when I go over to the subscribe, you guys can see that right there. Bam, it says all, personalized, or none. Make sure it says all, otherwise you guys will not see. YouTube hates me. It just doesn't want anybody to see my videos lately. So did I watch Wonder Years? Yes, I loved Wonder Years. I would watch that with my family every whatever day it was on. Good night, everyone. Linda's going to bed. Holly's out of here. Everyone's out of here. I'm just going to stay on here until there's one person watching. And then we're going to tell the most secret thing ever. Much Ado About Film definitely did not get a notification. I hit the bell. I don't know. Nobody gets notified. You know what? That might be, they might shadow ban the word vegan, and just because it's in my name, nobody sees my notifications. This one technically is the Vegan Zombie 2. Do I have to change this one too? Parth. That didn't quite happen. Parth wants to know, hey Chris, when you quit the FBI, did you have a backup plan? I never was in the FBI. The FBI was my end goal. That was what I wanted to do. I actually worked for a different federal agency under the Department of Justice, and for me, that was my stepping stone to be able to be in the FBI. I never quit wanting to be in the FBI. I just hit the age limit requirement. So they have an age. I could have been support personnel, but that's not what I worked towards. I wanted to be a special agent. I wanted to work on, I wanted to help solve violent crimes. And that never happened. So there I was with the other job as an investigator. So my title was special investigator. And that's not what I wanted to do. And it came down to the point where, what was the exact question? No, I didn't have a backup plan. I had to work even harder and say, okay, Vegan Zombie is my main thing. Already I was doing Vegan Zombie full-time, and I was doing my work as well as that. So it was full-time hours. I just said, I'm going to give it even, 120% now. And that's what I did. I was happy and scared at the same time. I'm like, what did I just did? But it was an ultimatum. They basically wanted me to go back and work full-time hours, and that just wasn't possible with what I was doing with Vegan Zombie anymore. And I was a contractor, so I was able to make my own hours, and it just didn't weigh out. I worked way too hard to get where I was, and unfortunately, in order to continue doing Vegan Zombie how I do it, I had to quit that job. So it's not like I went out and recklessly just abandoned my job and quit. Like it was a dilemma. I didn't want to quit the job, but I also didn't want to lose everything I got. Because if I started doing what I was doing, let me tell you this, the job that I was doing, even working at the part-time that I was doing it at that point, it literally made me want to pull my hair out of my head. Like, I hated it so much. I grew to the point where I hated it so much. Things were changing within the agency, and it just wasn't fun anymore. And it was way more work than I was getting paid for, and that's all I could think about. It's like on the weekend, I'm like, I didn't work on weekends, but that's all I could think about. Was like, oh, what do I have to get done for Monday? Oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. So no, I just basically, it was a relief, but it was also scary. And luckily I was at the point with Vegan Zombie. At that point, I had been doing Vegan Zombie for 6.5 years, where I was paying all of my own money to make this happen, not even knowing that I would eventually be able to make money doing Vegan Zombie when I first started it, because there was no monetization on YouTube when I started. I'm really giving you an in-depth explanation here. But anyway, I ended up doing Vegan Zombie full-time and just being way more serious with what I was doing and saying, like, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to go as hard as I can, work as hard as I can to make this happen, to make this a reality. I worked, so hard for the last 6.5 years to make this happen. I had a cookbook, I had an ebook, I had, the own t-shirts that I make, a sponsor here and there, and then, the support from you guys on Patreon. And I was able to bring you guys the videos that you guys wanted to see. And that was what I loved doing. So it was something that, I was passionate about and I loved doing, and I was able to make a living on it. And here I am 3 years later still doing that. So I'm not going to say it's not hard. It's a lot of work, and I'm always working. Even when I feel like I'm taking time off, I'm working. So I don't think I've ever taken time off since I started doing it, because anything I do, I find content. Like if I'm on a vacation, I find work and I end up doing it. And I don't know. Is that a good enough answer? I could keep going, but anyway. What was the next question? Chilling like fill-in with vegan zombie, cooking dinner, Winnie Cooper. Don't cry yourself to sleep. Just go to sleep all nice and happy, Marmaduke. Think of E.T. Oh, okay, you're not sleeping. What is shadow ban? Shadow ban is like when they secretly don't talk about, like you if you use a word, like if you use vegan, and vegan's a key word that they don't want to hear for whatever reason because they're afraid, then they kind of like, they don't promote. It doesn't do anything in the algorithm. It doesn't go anywhere. Aaliyah just gave me a super chat, 20 euros, I believe. Aaliyah Houghton. I've been binge watching your videos and I've started making more conscious choices, and I'm slowly cutting animal products out of my diet, and I'm starting to feel healthier because of you. Awesome. Thank you so much. That means a lot. And congrats on doing that. And hopefully you can make it full circle and become vegan soon with the help of our community here. That would be awesome. And you can feel even better. Thank you. Cool. I wish we could all hang. I'd love to do a ghost hunting in abandoned places. Like, I would love to do that kind of stuff. Like, that's my thing. Like, whether I believe it or not, like, I think it's interesting, and I want to do all that. Well, that's the thing. I can't really... I don't know what to do. I don't think I can change my name at this point. I mean, on a second channel, I could try it, but on my main channel, I'm established as the Vegan Zombie. I mean, if you look it up, I come up for the Vegan Zombie everywhere. And why should I have to change that? I mean, that really sucks if that is the reason why nobody's seeing my videos. But if you look at my, like, check this out. My last few videos that I did, the one I put up 2 days ago, 3.8 thousand. I guess I can't really complain. That's a little low for having 173,000 subscribers, and also promoting it on my Facebook, which has 100,000 followers, a little over 100,000. My Instagram, which has 145,000. You know, I promote this everywhere, and still, it's only got that many. Now look at the video before this, 3 creepy stories. Now I know that it really doesn't have anything to do with my channel. Well, I mean, creepy, the zombie part, it should, but it's not about veganism or anything. It only got 1,600 views. But the one before that only got 1,100 views. I believe that that video right there is my least viewed video that I have ever done on this channel. So I think every other video of mine has more views than that one. So I don't know. Nobody saw that, and people commented on the other one saying, oh, I never got a notification. I didn't know you did the creepy story video yet. So you got 2.6 thousand, 3.3. You got to go back all the way to about a month ago before I got like almost 9,000 views, 11,000 views. And I mean, really, I think any of my videos should have at least that many views. When you look at some of these other channels out there with people that have, you know, just a fraction of that many subscribers, and they're getting, you know, 30, 40, 50,000. But you look at some of my best videos and you got 340,000, 350. These are all over 300,000, 200,000. And these are some of, and my most viewed video, my most viewed video for this channel is a video that I did only like a year and a half ago. It was shopping at the Dollar Tree. So I don't know what happened. It's kind of frustrating because I know, you know, some people don't see it, but basically what this says is, you know, maybe you can't do this anymore full time. And that's scary because, like, this is what I love doing, but nobody's watching the videos. It's, you know, and I know that still seems like, well, you know, 1,600 people, that's a lot of people. Yeah, that's a lot of people, but comparative to, you know, the amount of people that have subscribed to the channel and the amount of people that used to watch my videos, it's a rapid decline. It's bad. So I'm always trying to do something new and put out a new video where, you know, basically I'm always going to the cutting board and, you know, thinking of something else. I'm always posting a video on time the days that I say I'm going to post them. So I've been consistent for 10 years. So I'm not going anywhere. Hopefully. Yeah, actually, John and I were talking about that earlier. Produce. We were talking about reprinting our cookbook here in the United States, since you guys don't even know how many people have been asking for that cookbook. And it's hard to even find on the internet now. You can only find used ones, and then you got to be careful that it's not. Well, I mean, you don't have to be careful, but you just got to make sure that you're getting an English version, because there's also German and French out there that I guess there's still plenty of out there. But as far as, you know, the cookbook, you can't get it anymore. I only have right there. I got about 7 books right there. And I stopped selling them because that's all I have left, and I don't know, for whatever reason I might need them. I kept a few. I can cut the music? Okay. We cut the music out there. I forgot that was even on. So anyway. Much Ado About Film. Great question. I was watching another YouTuber reviewing MREs. I love those videos, by the way. And you were thinking I could start my own zombie apocalypse vegan food line. That's something that we've been thinking about for years now. And it's just, right now there's so much on our plate, or on my plate, that, you know, I don't even know how to start with that. But I do have some ideas of what I want to do and what I wanted to do all these years. So I think that someday down the line, that would be a great thing. Right now, back to, if you guys caught me at the beginning of this stream, I was talking to somebody that I met at the VegFest, and I think I'm going to be, hopefully I'm going to be doing vegan zombie hats and beanies and pins and, you know, some of the stuff that I don't have that I want to have. And I print all my own merchandise right now, but I think I'm going to have some other people help with some of the stuff, because I want multiple colors, and I don't feel comfortable printing anything with multiple colors because, you know, it's hard. And if you screw something up and you screw enough of them up, you're losing more money than you're making. And it's, I mean, this is one of the shirts that I make. This is a one color shirt, and it's one of my favorite designs. And, you know, I sold a lot of the VegFest, but online, unfortunately, maybe I just don't promote it enough, but I don't really sell barely anything online. I think I need to promote it more. I do have a web store, by the way, so I don't think a lot of people know that. I don't ever want to stop doing this. This is what I finally found in life that I love doing. I love making videos, and I love that I can educate people and help people with veganism, being a long-term vegan myself, and just share that knowledge with people in a fun way. I love doing videos, you know. Kayla wants to know what made me stop eating dairy and eggs 25 years ago, during a time where there wasn't that much info out there, like the internet, to educate on the stuff. I came to the realization, one, it was completely disgusting that I was already a germ freak. I don't even want to drink water out of the same glass as my friend. So why would I drink something that came out of the udders of another animal, or, you know, anything like that? It was gross to me. But also I realized, which I didn't think at the time back then because there wasn't a lot of information. I thought just being a vegetarian that I was being completely kind to animals, and I didn't want to do anything to hurt animals, and I didn't think I was. So when I found out that, eggs and dairy hurt animals and kill animals and cause the suffering of animals, I didn't want any part of that. And yeah, it's true. I thought that I was going to get sick and not be healthy if I went vegan because that's what all the people were telling us, and there wasn't a lot of information out there. But I did it anyway, and that very day I just very easily in my head said, if it comes from an animal, it's not food. I don't consider it food. And it was that easy for me because I knew there were so many other things out there that I could eat, and I wasn't going to starve. It's not the end of the world. I live in a country where I can, get food and live. So I didn't have to eat animals anymore. And from that day on, I never ate animals again. So, yeah. So it was a combination of many things. I didn't want to be a part of the cruelty to animals because I loved animals, and also I just didn't consider it to be something edible. And I understand people ate it, but to me, it's not edible. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I said at the beginning. I want to make Indy the Pup shirts. So Indy the Pup, maybe a Zombie Crew Indy shirt. Well, he's got his bandana hanging down. He looks, I don't know, cute old Indy. Produce wants to know, did I ever say or think I could never be vegan before I went vegan? Yeah, there was a time when I thought that was a little bit, crazy to go full vegan a long time ago. The funny thing is, the main reason everybody thought you couldn't do it is because, you would get sick and everything. And after I did it, swear to God, in about 2 weeks after I did it, I felt a noticeable change in my energy. I had more energy. I wasn't as lethargic. I wasn't as tired. I felt good. And I was like, wow, so maybe I'm not going to get sick. And sure enough, I rarely ever get sick. Indy the Pup shirt. Yeah, I'm definitely going to make Indy the Pup shirt. What is my favorite vegan restaurant in New York City? Parth Patel wants to know. There's so many different ones now than when I lived there. But one of the ones I went to the most that, I still like a lot is Red Bamboo. With Vegetarian Paradise, I probably went to the most, but then there's not called Vegetarian Paradise anymore. I really like the soul chicken there. I like my friend Issa's restaurant too, but I've only eaten there once, so I haven't had the full, that's called Modern Love. And I'm just a sucker for pizza, but I've never been to Screamers or anything. I've had the pizza, but I've never been to the location. So I would say, yeah, Red Bamboo, Modern Love. By Chloe was pretty good too. And then, well, that's not. Can Craig and I spend a weekend in New York City and visit some vegan spots? That'd be fun. I have several videos where I've gone to New York City. New York City vegan. Let's see. If you go to my channel, I said what I ate today in New York City. New York City Vegan Street Fair. Vegan Dale. I got vegan in New York City Christmas vlog. That was a good one too. That was, Cinnamon Snail. Oh, Dirt Candy I went to. Avant Garden. Some of these places don't exist anymore either. By Chloe, what I ate. Oh, that's the Los Angeles one. But I have plenty of videos of New York City. if you guys want to check that out. I've even gone doing some videos with Issa herself where they're funny. They're like supposed to be comedy, and we go to Whole Foods and stuff, so that's pretty fun. Do I know anyone who doesn't like pizza? Not that I can think of off the top of my head. When is Craig's next video? I don't know. But I don't know if I can talk about it though. I don't know when his next video is going to be. I hung out with Craig today. We filmed a video for me, which I'm posting tomorrow. I'm actually about 4.5 hours from New York City. So it's not like a quick drive. It's, I hate driving far, but yeah, it's not that far. It's like a day drive. And I want to go back. I want to go back out to like Massachusetts too. I like to go to Salem, but I don't think I'm going to get there this year before Halloween. It could still happen, but I don't know. There's so many videos I want to put out before Halloween, but since I post only on Mondays and Thursdays, I'm only going to have a couple more videos to put out. So maybe I'll have to put out an extra video in a week. Instead of only 2 videos, I'm giving you 3 or maybe even 4 if I can do it. Hi from Arizona. Hi, Aaron. Long Island, that pizza place, that sounds good. I love pizza. Kayla. Yeah, Trini. It's that far. Trini loves the videos with Issa. No, I'm about exactly as close to Massachusetts as I am to New York City. It's about the same distance. When I lived in the D.C. area, I used to drive home like once a month. And my sister actually lives down there right now with her husband, and they drive up all the time. And it's like exactly a 6-hour drive. It's like 400 miles. That's if you drive when I drive. I drive in like midnight to like 4, 5, 6 in the morning. I like to go late at night when nobody's around. Even then, like when it's like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, once you start getting into the DC area, the traffic starts picking up, but nowhere close to what it is in the daytime. That's the one thing I didn't like about living there, is all the traffic. Same with New York City. And that's what I don't like about LA too. I love LA except for the traffic. I hate driving in it too. But usually I'm not driving. I'm with Cesar, which I got to go out there and hang out with him again soon. Tell a whole story but stretch it out for a couple of months would be cool. So you want me to start the story now and then end it? All right, we'll start it now. And then I'm just going to end the video stream. And we've already been on for 2.5 hours. So, all right. So today I did something crazy, for me at least. And what I did was, I'll tell you the rest later. So watch out for zombies. And thanks for watching. Have a great night, everybody. I will see you guys soon.